Hey besties, and thank you so much for joining me in today's video, and welcome if you're new. My name is Lindsay, and in today's video we're going to be talking all about the fragrances I tested in August. Now some of these came out before August, but I did test them out in August, and a lot of these are new releases, so I hope you guys enjoy. If you do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. It lets me know you love the content and keeps me posting more. Also, if you're interested in any of the makeup on my face, I will link it all down below, as well as the fragrances talked about in this video. Now you guys, these are not all the new releases. There's so many that have been surfacing. We have the pink PP from Valentino. Why it's called that, I don't know. I would assume it's the person behind the fragrance, their initials. That makes sense to me, but it's in the pink bottle. It's so stunning and I have to smell it. There's the YSL Libre Platinum. I hope I'm saying that right, but the bottle on that is also really cool looking. There is the Lancome Next, a new Mugler. There's just so many. The Yara, the new orange one. So many fragrances I really want to get my nose on. Acro Bake. I mean, come on, it's supposed to smell like citrusy sweetness, and I'm so excited for that as well. Just so many new fragrances to get my nose on. I'll do an updated video with those, but in this video, we're going to talk about what I've recently tried, and I hope you guys do enjoy. I'm so excited. The first fragrance I want to talk about is Ariana Grande's Cloud Pink. Now this smells so similar in my opinion to Cloud, but in the opening it does have a lot more fruitiness. You really get that pink dragon fruit, as well as a kind of, the more I have it, the more I do pick up a little bit on pineapple, but it's not, like when I smell this, I can tell it's fruity. But being honest, I can't pick up on what exactly the fruits are because we have Fragrantica and, you know, they tell us what's in it. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But smelling it on my own, I genuinely, all I really smell is sweet praline and fruitiness and coconut and that really beautiful cloud DNA. That's really all I'm getting out of this fragrance, and because the fruity notes that make it so different are on the top, they quickly, you know, dissipate. For me personally, I wish those notes were more towards the middle in my opinion. But you guys, it still smells incredibly good. I love it. It projects. It even does last a little bit longer than the original, which for me, that's, I'm sold because I love the bottle so much more. I love pink things. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I really do love it. And for me, I also feel like, yeah, it's just sweeter. It is creamier. I would say it's just kind of like a Cloud Intense, but just with a little bit more fruitiness. Not that it smells like the Intense version. I don't own that one, but if, like, to my nose, it smells more intense than Cloud and just with that fruity little pizzazz. So I do like this. I think it's beautiful. I've been loving it. I just don't know, unless you love like collecting, if you need to have both. I would even say, I don't know. The lavender is what really gets me in the original, and I'm not sure that that's in here. Let me go ahead and look at it. So top notes of pitaya, wild berries, and pineapple. Middle notes of coconut water, vanilla, orchid, and ambrette. And then base notes of praline, musk, amberwood, and moss. So no lavender and no whipped cream. Also no bergamot, I believe, in the opening. That is in the original, but not here. But you get so many fruits. It's still a fun fragrance. Would have been a beautiful summer release, like sooner rather than later, but better late than never. I think it's really nice. I do see differences when I wear them side by side, but again, they're not major, and on the dry down, I wish there was more difference, but still really beautiful. I love the bottles, so I'm not gonna complain. We have the choice to pick things up or to pass on them. I'm just saying, if you're someone that has a more minimal kind of collection, then maybe you don't need both. I would smell both and see which one you kind of vibe with more. For me, if I had to pick between the two, I might go with this one because I feel like it does last longer, and I love fruity fragrances, so this is really nice. Now this next one, where do I even begin? This is Burberry Goddess, and first of all, let's just start by saying the bottle's cute. I love it 1,000 times more than I love Cloud Pink, and that's being dramatic, but you guys, I would repurchase this over and over, whereas Cloud Pink, I'm unsure. This would be an immediate repurchase for me personally. When I first smelled it, I thought it smelled very similar, just being honest, to Monger Lawn, and for that reason I thought I don't need both fragrances. I definitely got that same lavender vanilla vibe in it on first application, on first spray in the store, and mind you, when I went to the store and smelled this, it was already ordered and on the way to me because I'm crazy and I saw the 3 different vanillas and I bought it when it launched, and so I had it on the way and I was so excited. I could not stop myself. I could not contain it. I had to go to Ulta. I went, I sniffed this. And at first I was like, okay, that's really good, but it's giving Monger Lawn. No. When it dries down, it gets so much more vanillic. You get less lavender, and you're not getting that strong, prominent licorice. When I got Monger Lawn without knowing any of the notes, I just heard it being so hyped up. I sniffed it. First thing I picked out was the licorice, and I feel like that is a very, very strong note. For me personally, I don't always like that, and in that fragrance, it's not my favorite. I'm gonna be honest. I do still feel like it's mysterious, it's classy, it's beautiful, it's more mature. This is everything I wanted Monger Lawn to be because it's more vanilla. You're not getting as much lavender, but it is there and it kind of just balances out. There's this ginger that gives a little bit of a kick. There's this lemony, zesty component which just makes it even more addictive, and you're getting 3 different types of vanilla and cacao. Like, it's a very beautiful, well put together fragrance in my opinion, and it just smells so good. But yeah, on first application I thought, give it Monger Lawn. I'm so upset I bought the same fragrance basically, especially because, you guys, this is not cheap. And then when it dried down though, I'm looking around in the store smelling new perfumes and I keep going to my wrist. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's such an addictive vanilla in here. Well, 3 different types of vanillas. It's so good, and even though it is so sweet and gourmand, it's also not too heavy because it does have that lavender that is balancing it out. It's really something in my opinion, and I would say if you want to smell like a straight up goddess, this is beautiful. If you love vanillas, it's not even a question. It's so pretty, you guys, and I think it's just kind of, yeah, like ethereal, like it's like a goddess. It really does captivate and enchant, in my opinion. I know that sounds silly, but it's just how I feel about the fragrance, and I would repurchase this over and over, and I just can't get enough of this one. It's definitely one where every day I think, maybe I want to wear this, but I wear other fragrances because I have to give them all love. But if I'm being honest, this one I would wear so much more, but I just try to, try new things out for you guys and also give love to my other fragrances. So yeah, Burberry Goddess, this one is absolutely a win for me. It's beautiful, it's sexy, it's just such a moment, and I love this one. Thank you, Burberry, for a beautiful fragrance. You guys, I was fangirling so much I almost forgot the notes. We have top notes of vanilla, lavender, cacao, and ginger, middle note of vanilla caviar, and base note of vanilla absolute. Next up is Kayali's The Wedding Silk Santal. I do also have a dedicated review of this fragrance, but this is my favorite Kayali fragrance. And of course, you guys, with my luck, it had to be limited edition, which I am not very happy about, obviously, but it is what it is. This perfume genuinely smells like, have you ever met a person in your life and their energy is just addictive? They are just such a bubbly, bright personality, and they make you smile. Their smell is contagious. Their laugh is contagious. Being around them just makes you feel better when you're pooped. That is this fragrance, in my opinion. It smells like the nicest, kindest, most beautiful woman, in my opinion, and that is how I feel about this perfume. Now, I will say, You definitely, I feel like if you do love musk, 12, if you like vanilla, 28, and you love deja vu white flower, not sure the number on that one, you will love this fragrance because you're getting a lot of those components in this, and it makes it absolutely just such a promising fragrance. This perfume is so magical in my opinion, so ethereal and just so uplifting. It opens up super bubbly and just super happy. It dries down. You really do get that fruitiness, you get the praline, you get the floral notes, the vanilla. Nothing is overdone, you know what I'm saying? Nothing is done too much. Everything in here just blends together, and it's just like a perfect scent bubble that this creates. The only reason that this bottle is not literally down to here is because it's limited, and I'm trying to use it more sparingly for special occasions. But if you want to smell like a literal bundle of beautiful sunshine, this is stunning. So breathtaking, so magical. It's just such a gorgeous composition here. It's lovely. And the notes are top notes of champagne, freesia, and blackcurrant. So it opens up pretty floral sweet. You do get the fruitiness. It's very bubbly and very inviting. And the middle notes of nectarine, praline, jasmine, orange blossom, and May rose. So you do get the nectarine for sure, for sure. You get the praline, which is so nice in here. And then the base notes of vanilla, sugar, musk, sandalwood, amberwood, and oak moss. And I love the sandalwood in here. I think it's so creamy and it's just really done so stunning. And then we also have the sugared musk. So this is a perfect fragrance. I'm gonna say, if I had to say a bottle was me right now, I would say this is me. This is so me. It's what I look for, it's what I crave, and unfortunately I feel so bad to even wear it every day because again it is limited. So I'm gonna stop complaining about that because I know I can't change it, but it's just so sad. The frosted bottle, the beautiful scent, it's just so nice, you guys. And the man's one is also really good too. I don't think it's super masculine in my opinion, being honest. Next up is Sabrina Carpenter's Sweet Tooth Caramel Dream. This one, in my opinion, the original is very sweet and fluffy and sugary, and it's very much like a easy reach gourmand that's not too heavy and not too serious. This one, in my opinion, is definitely a little bit more intense. It has more of kind of like a masculine edge to it, where I do think it makes it better for like date nights or for girls' nights out, things of that nature. It does have patchouli, but it's a caramelized patchouli, so it's not supposed to be as aggressive, though I do really smell it in here, as well as sandalwood and amber. So it's very warm, but at the same time I feel like it's still very sweet, but it's like a bittersweet because it's dark chocolate, it's almond milk. It's really good though. It opens up super citrus heavy, so you have to love citrus. Specifically, I'm getting a bunch of orange. There is supposed to be lemon, but in my personal opinion, I think that that is quickly overshadowed by the orange. I mean, you smell this and it's just like orange, patchouli, and caramel, okay? But this, for me, for date nights, it's a little masculine, yeah, but I do think it makes it more sexy. I do think it makes it smell a little bit more expensive, and I do think it does last pretty long from that patchouli. And I don't know, I think it's a really nice kind of complex fragrance that for $30, I mean, that's really what gets me with this one. Is you could say what you want, but you're still getting the sweet sugary vibe to it, the chocolate. I think the almond milk is really nice and balancing, honestly. And I mean, for $30, it's just a really great fragrance that you still smell the original, but it's so much more than that. And I like having kind of like the daytime one and then also like the nighttime one where it's hot, it's heavy, is ready for business. You know what I'm saying? And the notes are top notes, almond milk, sugar, lemon, orange, and freesia. Middle notes, vanilla, dark chocolate, orange blossom, orchid. And then base notes of caramel, musk, sandalwood, patchouli, and amber. Then we have Father figure from Fleur. This perfume looks like I have been loving it, maybe even more than all the ones I've showed you. The only reason it's so empty is because when I first went to open it, I guess, I don't know, when they were packaging it, it wasn't completely screwed, so the whole top just flew off. The fragrance went everywhere. I did message them and they're sending me a new one, but y'all, literally, I don't love the fragrance, if I'm honest. I think it's just okay. I think it's not a me fragrance. It's not something that I would smell in store and bring home. It's good. It's just very green. It's nice almost and powdery and fresh, but I don't know if it's the fig that I don't like. I don't think I have many fragrances with fig, and I'm not thinking I like fig. There's also cassis, which sometimes I do have issues with. Cassis can come off kind of pissy. Yeah, right? I think that in some fragrances it's done nice. I like it in Armani C, but even sometimes when I wear that fragrance, I have issues, and then sometimes I really do love it. So it's just, I'm very picky with cassis, and I'm thinking the fig in here I might not be the biggest fan of. It's very green. On the dry down, you do get more of that vanilla. There's also sandalwood, which is great. I do love sandalwood, so it's woody, it's green, it's fresh, it's powdery. It is nice. I don't hate it. I would say it's a good 7 for me. This is not something out of all of these. It's definitely the one I'm the least excited about. I don't hate it though. I've only been using it for a few days, but something in here for me, I smell it and I'm like, no. There's patchouli in this, I will say, and I do get a bit of that, but it's not too much. I don't think that's what's throwing me off for sure. Let me talk about the notes and pull them up, because for me, it's just an okay fragrance, you know? And this is my first Fleur bottle. It's top notes of fig, water lily. I love water lily. Cassis, middle notes of orris root, iris, and jasmine. I think the orris root and the iris give it that powderiness. Base notes of Madagascar vanilla, musk, sandalwood, and patchouli leaf. So I don't know, I want to keep using it, but on first impression, I'm just gonna say, like, for using it a few days, it's not gonna be a fragrance I think I'm gonna repurchase. As of right now, I have other fragrances that come off green and fresh that I am in love with. I love the addition of vanilla. I think that's great. As of right now, I think it's just okay. That's what I have to say about it. Now, I wasn't the hugest fan of the Fleur, but oh my goodness, this one right here is from Floral Street, which I'd never tried anything from this brand before, but I was pleasantly surprised with Sweet Almond Blossom. Now, there is no almond in here, so that's kind of funny, but there is obviously apple blossom. It's the star of the freaking show. It's a really nice note that I actually love, and I want to find fragrances that have more of it. You also really get, what is it called, the pomelo in here. It is the citrusy vibe. It's like sweet and citrusy. It's fruity. It's really fresh and just very interesting, I have to say. It's not like, you know, the most interesting and complex fragrance I've ever smelled, but something about it I am just addicted to. I think the apple blossom, it comes off so fresh to my nose and so fruity. I think this is gonna be like my new favorite everyday fragrance for a while. It's really nice. I could see myself wearing it running errands, just on a day-to-day easy reach basis. You don't have to think about this one. It's just gonna smell good, and I love that. So I have no complaints with this one. I think, again, if you're looking for a pretty girl, easy reach, do not even have to question what you're gonna wear today. This is really freaking good. If you love apple blossom, I mean, this is gonna be your best friend. Seriously. It's really freaking good, you guys. And I have been using it for a while now. I mean, there's like a small dent, but you don't need a lot, which is also really good. This does project, and it does last pretty nice on the skin as well, which I was impressed by. I don't think this brand is super expensive. I could be wrong. I do really love the performance of it. I was quite impressed, and I want to get the big bottle of this at some point. I think it's perfect for like the spring and summer. So I mean, we're going into fall, so maybe don't get it now, but next year, Or if you just don't care, you wear whatever whenever you're like me, then go ahead and get you this, because, or at least smell it in store. It's really, really nice, and I just think it's such an easy no-brainer, you know? It has notes of passion fruit, pomelo, apple blossom, tonka bean, vanilla, mandarin orange, heliotrope, sandalwood, and matcha tea. I love matcha, so this is just perfect. Get your nose on it and thank me later. But yeah, those were all my thoughts and opinions on the fragrances I tested in August. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all the good things. And also comment down below if you've been trying new fragrances, what has worked out for you and what just hasn't. I would love to know. I will see you in the next one, bestie. Bye!